That was a real conversation that happened. Now granted, it did happen about 6 months ago.
But the embargo has finally been lifted and I can at last break the silence.
I don't know what that was. But that's why I'm finally excited to be sharing with you guys today the movie poster that I shot for my friend's film. Before we jump into the poster, or two, I thought I could take this opportunity to break down my process and to share with you guys 3 hints that really helped me in the creation of this image or these images. I know it can be sometimes hard to know where to start or how to even jump into a project like this, and that's why I thought it would be helpful for me to share these 3 tips with you guys about my process, and I am in no way saying that this is exactly how you should do it, I'm just saying this is how I did it. So my first suggestion for you today is going to be consider the source material, or the existing universe that's already been created. For this project specifically, I was making a movie poster or a teaser image that was going to be used to promote a film that had already been shot. So my first plan of action before even considering any ideas was to jump headfirst into the material that had already been created. And in this case, before even talking ideas or concepts, he was willing to give me a copy of the script and share with me some specific screenshots from the final edit. So I could use that in reference to my own concepts as I was pitching them or as we were coming up with them on the day. For me personally, this is a big thing that should be on the forefront of your mind as you're entering a project, because I know as an artist you really want to believe that everyone is just after your aesthetic. And in this case, as well as most other cases, the primary objective is to create a cohesive image that would fit in this universe that's already been established. So you're gonna wanna walk that fine line of being yourself and being creative because you were hired for a reason, but at the same time paying respect to the work that has already come before. And 1000% that line needs to be addressed and discussed up front before even accepting the project. Because, say it with me, communication is key. Now that does lead me perfectly into topic number 2, which is why? Or maybe more specifically, what is the purpose of this image? Which, like we just discussed, the purpose of this image specifically is to promote the movies, to tease what's to come. And that's why it was so important for us to maintain a cohesive style. Because the last thing you want to do is convince people that this romantic comedy is gonna be a horror movie. Now this film isn't going to be making its way through the festival circuit or have a huge worldwide premiere. It was most likely going to be sold to an online platform like Steven's previous films had been. So the purpose of this poster wasn't necessarily to be a marketing beast or really even sell you on the film. It was more of a personal thing to get everyone that was involved with the film excited that it was almost finished and about to be shown. So going into this project, I was not nervous at all. I was pretty dang excited because Steven is one of my great friends and I love working with him, and I really love the creative environment that he welcomes. So when the day finally came for us to go out and create these images, I had read the script and seen some of the screen grabs, and so I was bringing some of my own ideas to the table of what we could potentially make. And that works for me personally, but that's just how I work. I like to have a few solid ideas going into the shoot, but I feel most of the best ideas come to me in the moment as we're trying things. And that's the third topic that I wanted to talk about today before we get into the images. Be creative. It's so important to have an idea going into it, but at the same time, it's so important to be able to find the balance of being prepared, but being able to let go. And if something does come to mind on the day, to do it. Don't be afraid to try. That might be scary and really hard to do. And yeah, it's not gonna work all the time, and that's why it's so important to put in the work beforehand to know what kind of vibe you're going for, so that you can take those chances on the day. And if it doesn't work, that's the name of the game. You just move on and try something else. And really, at the end of the day, these images that I'm about to show you were 100% created in this way. The first one was my idea mixed with his style, and the second one was his idea mixed with my style, and I'm really happy with the end results. So without further ado, let's hop over to my computer that's turned off in the background, and I want to walk you guys through a few things in these posters.
And here they are. So just a quick note, these were both shot with my Mamiya RB67, shot on Portra 400. Now, like I mentioned, this first one is more of my idea, his style. The artificial elements are just this logo right here, which has a gradient map to match this color and this color from the image. Just lighting wise, there is an aperture M light hiding behind him to give that gradient, as well as my aperture 120D off here to the right, which is our main fill. Whereas this second idea came more from Steven. He really wanted to include the storage unit element because that ties into the story quite a bit in this short film. Again, artificially, we've got the logo, which is just the normal colors dropped to an overlay on the storage unit. And then we have kind of a sandwich lighting right here, which is coming from both directions. We've got the 120D on the right, and we've just got an LED panel on the left. And then again, we're hiding that little aperture M light right behind him, and that's actually what's causing these shadows, surprisingly. I think the lighting on this one really is my favorite. I love the sandwiched light that really is sculpting him out. And story-wise, framing him within this storage unit, you wouldn't be able to tell by the poster, but once you watch the film, you will see the significance there, which is pretty dang cool in my opinion.
And that'll wrap us up for this week's episode. I've been excited for a long time to share this with you. Like I already said, this did happen several months ago, and I wish I had captured some behind the scenes, but you live and you learn. And here we are, finally talking about it. I hope you guys liked it. And as always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video and join me on my film journey. We've been learning and trying new stuff every week, so if you're into learning new things and creativity, make sure to subscribe down below. And I think that'll do it for this week, so until next week, I'll see you later.